Attention to the world. Attention to the world. Attention to the world. Attention to the world. Start it your start it your job. Start it your start it your bring you Paradize with the host Alexandra. Check it out, yeah. Check.
Woo! Awesome! Paradize Life. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to Paradize Life. Awesome! Paradize Life. As you know, my name is Alexandra. Welcome to Paradize Life. Today's guest is Mark Reinfelt, and we are really celebrating an awesome time with incredible fun gadgets and technology and amazing lifestyle choices. Mark brings to light what a vegan lifestyle can really enhance your life. And he has written 7 books. He's helped start up 3 different restaurants, one in Kauai, one in Portland, and one in Miami Beach. So I hope you enjoy the show and some of his amazing inspirations. He has recipes from around the world and sacred sites from around the world. So this is an amazing time when you can be healthy and just really enjoy life, free of guilty foods. Sometimes people worry about getting fat or putting on weight, and what happens with Mark's recipes is you can really just enjoy life and be healthy at the same time. So let's give it up for Mark Reinfeldt. Hey, welcome Mark.
Hey, it's so great to be here. I'm really excited to share with y'all my story and be part of the program.
Awesome. You have such amazing inspirations, and this really is a great time to inspire healthy living. And so it's great to have you as an artist, as a visionary, a writer, and a teacher to help people make this transition to a healthy lifestyle.
It's been what I've been devoting myself to for the past 20 years or so, and introducing people to the plant-based lifestyle is one of my main purposes here, and I like sharing with people how easy it is to create incredible tasting food and show them how wonderful the flavors are and just how much benefit they can get.
We're right in the midst of this golden age, so it's so awesome to help others make the transition and really celebrate life. So what are some of your inspirations that inspired you to take on this career?
For me, a lot of it was really connecting with nature and connecting with animals in their natural setting, and just developing a deeper and deeper love for the planet and just other creatures that we're here with. And I've also always loved preparing food, so really plant-based cuisine is the essence of the nonviolence lifestyle of how we can sustain ourselves and humanity in a way that causes the least harm. And so it's really stems from just the connection to the earth and wanting to preserve the beauty and all the wonderful things that we have to experience here.
That is totally amazing, because that's exactly where I'm coming from. That we really can, I know you've lived in some of the most beautiful places in Kauai, and you started up a restaurant there, and you helped start up a restaurant in Portland, and then Miami Beach, and the beaches are incredible, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the oceans, being in the ocean and by the ocean is really, you experience amazing healing from that.
A lot of people always ask about fish. What are your thoughts on, is fish healthy, or as a chef, how can they modify their recipes to appeal to everybody's preferences, and they like to eat healthy, and they think chicken is lean and fish is lean? What do you suggest for people?
Fish is healthy when they're swimming alive in the waters. That's the only way fish are healthy. For me, there's a lot of levels to the question, and you can really argue till the end of time about which diet is healthier than another. I personally feel that a plant-based lifestyle is the healthy choice for humans to have vibrant, long lives. I think it's part of what we're facing now on the planet. We have to take into account the environmental impact of our decisions and look at how our decisions are going to affect future generations. And you're probably familiar with the native expression of 7 generations, and you make decisions thinking about how it's going to impact 7 generations from now. And so at the current rate, we're really overfishing the oceans, and to me, every creature has just as much of a right to be here as the rest of us. So for me, there's the environmental aspect and also the idea of bringing peace and nonviolence into the world, and that's really what I feel my focus is.
Yeah, I love it. That's really something that we can achieve, and that's why I appreciate your books. You have a tutorial guide online, and so it's something that can be fun. It helps to beautify the surroundings when you get into the plant-based lifestyle. And what I've discovered is like every single plant has sacred geometry, and really each one is a superfood.
Yes, the plant kingdom, I like to say that plants have the power to heal and transform our lives, and when we tune into that vibration of working with the plants, like it really doesn't take much to have them taste incredible, and the benefits are just the health benefits, the environmental benefits, and you can really, I like viewing food as art, and the creation of your dish is like you're creating a culinary masterpiece, so you can pull from all the colors and flavors and textures that nature provides, and you could feed people, not just have the food taste good, but make it visually appealing, and then they feel the benefit when they eat plant-based foods, that their body just urges them to do more of it, and you don't have to really force it down people. Once they experience for themselves the benefit and how good their body feels, then they're going to naturally gravitate towards it.
Yes, for sure. And it's neat, like a lot of models and athletes, the fastest runners, and the Venus sisters, they got into the raw living foods.
Yeah, there's, I've been in the movement for over 20 years, and I've never seen such an expansion of it into the mainstream, and I don't think any of us could really have anticipated how much it's really coming out now. And you could see, ultra-marathon runners, world-class poker players, the guy who lifted the heaviest weight and carried it the furthest was a vegan. They have bodybuilders. I mean, it's really just going to be seen as a myth, this whole idea that you need to have animal products in order to sustain yourself. And I know that plants have the power to heal and transform our lives, and that it's just being shown out more and more. And I have no doubt this is the future of food. This is where the food is heading as far as creating a sustainable planet, and it's exciting to be part of that.
Yeah, for sure. And when you look at Kauai, for instance, it's considered paradise. And there are shows about Paradize Life, and a taste of Kauai, a taste of Miami Beach, a taste of, all these amazing places, the Bahamas. Anywhere that's tropical and beautiful represents paradise. And then from the Amazon, we have incredible herbs, and really every disease can be cured. But what a great way to feel great. And actually, we can raise a healthy generation, which is really exciting, free of all of these diseases once we adapt to this plant-based lifestyle. And so I know, Mark, you're a new dad, and
yes,
it's been a long time vision of mine to really take the step to raise a healthy generation.
Yeah.
So what do you recommend? How do we get from here to there?
Well, I like to encourage people to take small steps, whatever they're ready for. So as far as like in the kitchen, I encourage people just start to get a little more creative with salads. So that's a good entry point for people. It's not everyone can wrap their mind around a salad, and so there are lots of ways that you can make your salads more exciting, just adding different nuts and seeds, or grains like quinoa, legumes, even just I encourage people to go to the supermarket and just try out one new ingredient a week and ask the clerk, how do you cook with this, and just over time you'll build your repertoire. And I really like showing people how to deconstruct simple recipes. So what I do is I'll show people, I do chef trainings and consultations in corporate settings and resorts and for major food service providers, and how I like to show people is I'll show them one recipe and then I'll deconstruct it so that I'll show you how to break it down and make variations. So one recipe actually contains hundreds and even thousands of recipes. So during my trainings I may cover like 10 or 15 recipes, but we're really going over hundreds and thousands of them.
So there really are plenty of choices out there. What's exciting is people in our culture have had many different challenges, but right now we have amazing medical breakthroughs where literally in one day you can be free of an addiction. I spoke with Dr. Deborah Mash, and she is an ibogaine specialist, and she's done a lot of research on it. And then once people are free of these addictions, they can make this adapt to the healthy plant-based lifestyle and get natural bliss and actually ecstasy.
Yeah.
I've seen people, they're just glowing when they get into the raw living foods.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
The idea, well, those are great points, and the idea is that, like, you look at the energy of the food and the idea that life begets life, and so that when we bring these life-giving foods into our body, we're incorporating that into ourselves. And so everyone knows the difference between pulling a carrot out of the ground and eating a fresh carrot compared to microwaving the carrot for 5 minutes. Like, you're just destroying a lot of that vital energy. So pretty much every major medical and health organization is recommending more fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables. I don't think you'll find any health organization that's not going to encourage people to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables, and that's the basis of a plant-based lifestyle. I think there was a recent study that showed the single most important factor that affects mortality is how much fruits and vegetables people are eating. So as you know, the book that I'm just coming out with now is called Healing the Vegan Way, and I've assembled a team of the leading plant-based doctors and dietitians to just really clearly demonstrate that all of our body's nutritional needs can be met on a plant-based diet. A lot of the misinformation about needing animal products in order to thrive and sustain, I debunk those myths and just show just how easy it is to bring these foods into our lives.
Yeah. And given the choice, I think we'd all like to live in paradise and create a paradise for present and future generations. And like Mark, I really care about all creatures. I look at our planet as a divine mother because we call Earth Mother Earth. And of course, any mother wants to see all of their children thrive and enjoy in beauty and abundance. So this is really what we are transitioning into right now. And so it's an awesome lifestyle. Check it out. Dr. Neil Bernard is really amazing, and he's one of the world's most renowned physicians. And he started something called the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. Check it out because they have 21-day meal plans, they have a free phone app, everything to make this easy transition and to answer any questions that you might have about nutrition, about some of the myths that Mark and I are talking about. Milk doesn't necessarily do a body good, and neither does cheese. And Dr. Neil Bernard wrote an amazing book about breaking the food seduction. It doesn't have to be so difficult when you have the amazing recipes that Mark has to offer, and maybe you get a little bit of a support group, and it's something you can do together with a buddy.
Yeah.
So how do you recommend, for someone just starting out?
There's a lot of resources now online, more than ever before, and there's a lot of programs available for people, like you mentioned. The PCRM has a lot of resources. Dr. Hans Deal with the CHIP program, based out of Loma Linda, is also a cutting-edge lifestyle and diet program, and they actually encourage people to be parts of these groups because it's easier when we're part of a group to get the support and help that we need, and it's just even preparing recipes. So if you search, you'll find at least one person who wants to go on this journey with you, and it can make it a lot easier and give you that support.
Yeah. Well, we're inspiring children as well. That when kids go to school, Mrs. Obama started the Let's Move and helping kids be more active for sure. And then the thing about plants is that they are alive and they're filled with vibrant energy and they're filled with beauty and joy. So when you put that into your body, which everyone's body is so precious, then that shines through. And the kids, they're better able to focus, their creativity blossoms, and it just enhances their whole life. Because a lot of children, they have that runny nose. Well, where does that come from? A lot of it is actually that they have food allergens from the animal products. It's just not what our bodies were designed for. So when you switch over to healthy plant-based foods, you're going to see your whole family be healthy and happy. So with that said, Mark, I'd love for you to just kind of share a little bit about the global cuisines that you've created, and also every holiday can be celebrated free of cruelty to other creatures in a way that you can really celebrate every occasion with life, because we talked about life be its life.
So there, again, like a lot of these topics are pretty deep, and you can look at them on all these different levels. And for me, the food is crucial, and it's also like the food is part of the overall culture. And so what I like to emphasize is our first book was called Vegan Fusion World Cuisine, and in that book we wanted to highlight not only the cuisine from around the world, but also the wisdom, the sacred sites, the beauty, the art, the music. So really looking at what unites humanity and to rise above whatever we perceive as differences, and just to create an atmosphere of respect and tolerance. And so the food is a crucial component of that. And so it's always been, I've done a little bit of traveling and through Europe and Asia and India and the Middle East, and just you get